Awesome. Hey, welcome to Liquidity Alpha. Hey, Justin, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up, Ankit? I'm pretty good. Looking at
Good.
these pretty crazy markets.
Yeah. I think we've had a crazy dump overnight for us, and now what we decided for today. We thought we'll make it exciting this session, and instead of just talking about the price, why don't we actually start to trade live? I know a lot of people love trading live, so we came up with this new format we're gonna try out today. So this is the first of
Mhm.
many, perhaps. So what are we looking at? I've got Solana, in front of me, and obviously all the indicators, liquidity indicators that we have. So what are you thinking?
Yeah, so I was looking at Solana and was peeking the 1 minute and the 3 minute, and it's looking pretty exciting. So basically, if we try to capture this nice young bullish wave that seems to be forming on Solana, where I figured the 1 minute's going to be a good place to look because it looks like it's working
Oh, I
against the
see.
resistance right now at like 143.27-ish.
Yeah.
But then if we move up to the 3 minute, we
Right.
can see
So given a
it's got some.
oh,
Oh,
good.
gone.
Yeah, I was saying you have to direct me. So I'm looking at 1 minute. This is the first time we're doing this. Oh, I see. So you can tell me to go into 3 minutes. You can tell me to shift it to a different time frame if you like. But yeah, I'm broadcasting 1 minute now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm watching. And you see, so as we were, the price moved up from that previous resistance, which is that yellow line,
Yeah,
and
this one,
then
right?
it's kind of moved its way up to, yep, and it's moved its way up to that orange line, and it did on the, and that's why I was keeping an eye out on the 1 minute because at first it looked like it was doing a pretty good job of moving through that resistance, and so I figured if it does, if we can get, if it looks like it's going to move above and liquidity still remains bullish, then if we go up to the 3 minute,
Okay, let's move up to the 3 minutes. Oh, I see.
yeah, so we can see, so this is, you can still see remnants of that resistance there that we saw in the 1 minute with the blue line, but the expectation is, if there's bullish liquidity popping above that, then we can see the yellow line is all the way up at 148.12. And
Wait.
so that might be a nice scalp.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why we're here today. We want to show
Right.
people how to deal with liquidity. So I wanted to
Mm,
see when the price dumped, where it was sitting. So it was sitting at $154, yeah, something like that, because
mhm.
it was staying pretty still at 159, and then it last 2 3 hours is just dumped, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
cool.
some unfortunate news happening, and it seems like some things
Yeah.
dumped a little bit.
Right. So I see. So now it's trying to break that on a 3 minute. Liquidity is sitting, resistance is sitting at 143. All right. So now you tell me, we're gonna use backpack exchange here. Is our play is one of the tools we're gonna use today to
Hmm.
actually do the live trading. So perhaps you can look at the screens and tell me if we need to take a trade, if we don't need to take a trade, or what time interval we look to take a trade. So yeah, you can direct me.
For sure. Yep. I'm mainly interested, like I said, I was looking, so I guess, yeah, so I'm looking to see that things overtake that resistance. And as soon as that happens, I think pulling the trigger is appropriate.
I see.
And in the meantime, we can, because you see here, you know, the ideal would be that it just hops over and then bullish liquidity reigns. But if this, we don't, I don't, there's no point in entering now in hopes that it does a nice bullish crossover.
I
We might
see.
as well just wait the few minute or two and see
Yeah.
if it does.
Yeah, for
And in
sure.
the meantime, we can even like look at other coins
Yeah. You don't think
and see if there's
this
anything.
opportunist, the market maker slash liquidity that just popped up, is trying to push it up? And I think what I'm seeing is I think it might break. It will go a little bit higher, 144 or whatever, only to get rejected perhaps. I don't know. That's my gut for
Yeah,
now.
but in I think that's reasonable. And those are perfect scalp opportunities, right? When you have these nice just nice entry points, and then you say, all right, well, this is bullish, but I can identify some resistance, some percentage up, and then so if the coin runs to that point, you just take your profits and kind of go looking for another opportunity. So
Well, I don't think we need words. We need to open a trade and
yeah,
close a trade in half an hour or around that
yeah,
time.
and I think
Yeah.
now is a good point to do it. Honestly, we
So
can see that it's moving.
you reckon we should
Yeah,
jump in? Yeah,
I
143,
think so.
whatever. Okay, so let's do it. So we'll go with $100 here. So we have Solana perpetual. We are going to not put 100 all. I don't even know how. Oh yeah, there you go. Here 90. Let's go with 101, something like that. 98,
Nice
maybe.
odd number.
Let's do $100, and then cross margin will take 3x given we are doing futures. So
Mhm.
3x is good, which means we are going with $34 here. Margin requirement. I've never used this platform, but just for the for today's session, a total equity is this. What is going
Yeah,
on?
I've never used margin on crypto.
Yeah. Sorry, Justin. I know we're missing out on
Oh,
opportunity.
oh, it's fine.
Yeah, max. No, we don't need more than 3x. I think 3x is already taking quite a bit of risk. 100 quantity. I don't know actually what it says here. Margin requirement $97. Why did it
Oh
show?
yeah. So it's 145. So drop the quantity down
Oh,
slightly.
I'm sorry. This is not quantity. It's a price. That's the crypto price. That was what was happening. I was being
Hmm.
silly. I was being silly. So this is the quantity. So, oh yeah, that's better. Cool. So estimated liquidation price is $75 if it drops to. We're going long, right? So we're doing long. Cool.
Hmm.
So it's 143.42, but that's the midpoint. 34 is the mid now. Are you happy for me to go, or should we wait?
I mean, no time like the present. The 1 minute still. So 1 minute is looking good. Still giving bull trap vibes, but that's fine because on the 3 minute we know that it's probably going to go up, but bounce
Okay.
off that resistance up there. So yeah,
Let's.
let's ride it up.
Okay. All right. We have agreed to the terms. Buy along. Accepted. Okay. So we have. No, there's open order, not accepted yet. There's no fill yet.
Mm,
So long. No, you can see quantity. Oh yeah. Cool. Filled.
sweet. So yeah, now we just keep an eye out and
Oh man. Um, so this is our open position right now. So 2.08 Solana, and initial margin was $99, and P&L is showing here, which is 7 cents we've gained so far.
sweet. All right, let's close it out so we can say that our first one was successful. Just
No,
quick,
no, we can't
get a
do
nice
that.
5 cents.
No, we on hundred
No.
dollars we will 5 cents will be the trading fee itself. So there's there you
Mm,
go. We are negative.
yeah, yeah. We
Oh,
can see the. We'll move pop over to let's watch it while on TradingView. We can
on
look at
trading.
the liquidity and stuff as it.
Oh boy, what have we done?
See, I mean, we're good unless the bearish liquidity comes in
It's not
or
showing up.
we fall back.
It's not showing up on
Yeah.
the trading view though. 143.42. So guys, this is another thing, right? Like there are different exchanges. So this is a decentralized exchange on Solana, which is Backpack. Now we are
Mm,
not tracking the liquidity on that. We are tracking liquidity on Binance, spot Binance. So it's slightly different. The price difference also exists between the spot and perpetual. So
mm.
yeah, so this one is. I'm hoping the Binance is more liquid, so the price here would get reflected on price there,
Right, right.
on Backpack soon. Cool.
Yeah, the name of the game now is just keep an eye out on. the liquidity, the expectation is that
Yeah,
bullish liquidity is going to push the price up, and so we really just got to make sure that the bullish liquidity hangs on.
yeah,
And if it, oh, real quick to change your, if you want, change your LDPS to aggressive, so we can be,
yeah.
so if we, yeah, start
It is
looking at, oh, it
aggressive.
is aggressive. Perfect, perfect.
I don't deal with anything else other than aggressive. So
Yeah, perfect. Because on the aggressive setting, the idea it's aggressively gonna monitor stuff, so we should get the earliest heads up that the tides are changing.
yeah,
But like I said, right now this is bullish, and the next resistance is 140 up there at what 147.80, and
right.
so that's the expectation.
Yeah, I do have a feeling that it's gonna come crashing down here to this level,
Mm,
142.90. Looked a bit fake, to be honest, but who knows?
yeah,
Sorry, I'm just
but it
also.
definitely is a bull trap kind of configuration. Do we want any kind of take profit, or do we just want to ride it until it looks either like the tides are changing or something bad happens? What are we feeling?
Um, I think, I mean, this is, for us to decide here. I think we need to take profit, whatever the profit is, as long as we're not, oh boy, that's not good.
A little ask walking in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see here. So this should, I mean, hopefully, if it's bullish, we should get reflect, like we should get bounce here, right? We get a good bounce at
Yep, yep.
143. And did you say I want to? You want me to change it to 1 minute?
Oh yeah, we can watch for 1 minute.
Yeah,
We see things are still pretty nice and bullish.
you can see everyone here.
And
So if that happens for almost 0.80% drop,
mm,
that's not good.
ideally not, but
It's not good for a trade, boy.
hey, you don't have, we have 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes, right? So I think we just got to kind of let it happen,
Yeah,
see what
yeah,
happens.
yeah. I think
It'll be
if
our luck that the first 30 minutes will stagnate, and then the next 30 minutes will zoom right to 147.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
But I'm seeing,
that's the game
oh,
here, right? That's the game we're playing
yeah,
today.
it's a fun little game. But and this is the part of trading that it's not always the most glamorous part. But it's you get in a position, and then all of a sudden every possible risk and um, movement against you all of a sudden becomes highlighted in every price movement. And
Yeah,
so, yeah, that's kind of, I just kind of stick with my view on um, trading view and with the liquidity levels and whatnot. And
yeah,
you just kind of have confidence that the data is going to do what the data does.
yeah, 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 for sure. I mean, all I can see here is even if we come down to 142.42, like that's where the support or the bids are sitting. So let's see
Mm,
on 1 minute what happens. Let's see our position of positions. Again, anyone who's new coming in, listening to us, seeing us, we open a $100 position with a 3x leverage. So our open position is 2.08 Solana now, and we want to perhaps see how much maximum profit we can extract. It's an educational only video, so we're not trying to, tell you to take a position one way or another. It's just a challenge between me and Justin. We decided to
mm.
broadcast our own fun little challenge we have between us.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, this is the no means do me or Ankit think that anyone should do anything with any coin. We're just broadcasting our own torture
Yeah, or
and
torture.
use of the and
Exactly.
use of the new tools.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so but that's why and
Oh, you
yeah,
go.
and, I guess that's that. But yeah, no, this is why I like keeping with the trading view because
Yeah,
oh, real quick too, if you want, you can if you right click the chart, like right and then yeah, like there, go to settings.
yeah, yeah,
And this is if you want if you want the liquidity if you want the candles to be colored by liquidity.
yeah. Please, yeah.
Go up,
How do I
yeah, go up to symbol, I think,
send?
maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then uncheck the body borders and wick.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then change the
And
colors, or
then nope, nope, nope. LDPS, the liquidity algorithm will do that for us.
Oh, I
So
see.
bam, there you go. So yeah, now the candles are so these colors are what the liquidity status was like in for that bar.
I see.
And so they're not colored by the price movement anymore. It's just it's reddish or some variation of red if the liquidity was bearish, and then some variation of green if the
Yeah.
liquidity was bullish.
Yeah.
And
So
so we can see now that yeah, things are still chugging along.
yeah. I think these opportunist market makers. I know you like to call them bids. I always want to call them, opportunist market makers. They're coming in to push the price up, even though there's organic, sort of, or bigger market makers are sitting here chilling on a 1 minute
Hmm.
time frame. There is some resistance here. There's a party that's trying to control us. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like we're popping right over them.
How much are we doing in terms of our net position?
Hopefully,
One dollar.
not too bad. Woo!
$1, man,
Look at
almost.
that.
That's $1 that we gained so far.
Yeah,
Unrealized though, unrealized.
unrealized.
Yeah,
But drinks on us tonight, I guess.
yeah, it's a good. Can't
Nine,
can't buy coffee yet.
0.97%. Yeah, a taster.
Yeah,
But
cool.
yeah, and
So we haven't decided when do we close the position, like, because that's a fundamental thing that
yeah,
anyone who's in the markets perhaps has their own view. And again, in no way you have to, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, no way you have to decide as we do. You're just playing a game here, and it's again educational, because these will be the tools that'll be built on Liquidity Alpha platform. That'll be launched soon. But yeah,
hmm,
what do we have a number based on these different lines we're looking at, liquidity levels we're looking at? When do we
yeah.
close the position?
I figured so if we pop back up to the 3 minute,
Okay.
I think because of the 1 minute here, we see we've actually just jumped up over the last kind of that thin line of resistance, and so here we see that the moves like bullishness should continue to about 147.56.
You reckon
And
it
I
goes to
figured,
this level? It never goes straight
it
line
so I
though.
yeah, so it may not in that since we're only here for the 30 minutes, I say we let it ride for 30 minutes and then take profits on wherever it ends up on its way to 147.
We've already done
Or if it
17 minutes. 17 minutes we have done, Justin.
oh, not bad.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Yeah, then we just keep it going and or we can take it now. I mean, 1% is actually not bad for a scalp, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, given the position, oh, look at that, 1.3%.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, if we're happy with, I mean, that's honestly really good for a 1 minute scalp. The or we just let it ride since the liquidity is still bullish and see where it goes
Yeah, I think we
because I
can.
don't see anything. Oops,
Yeah.
sorry.
I was going to say, I think we need to come up with the rules for ourselves. So either we can sit there for 30 minutes and say, whatever happens in 30 minutes, we pull the plug and we get out of the position. Or
Mm,
we decide maybe let it ride to minimum of 2% or 1.5%, whatever the number is for scalpers, right? I don't
yeah,
know. I'm not a scalper. I'm just
yeah,
having fun here. Uh,
yeah, same. Well,
um,
because I guess I always base it just off of if I think it's going to go up, then my target is the next, level of resistance, and if I think it's going to go down, the next target is just the floor,
okay.
and
Okay.
so. Yeah, I would definitely figure out some sort of scheme for when we want to, because we could just, if we want to do just like a standard take profit kind of thing, I think that's totally reasonable.
Yeah.
To just be like, hey, if we enter a trade, but if at any time, it's this percent profitable, then we should just take our money and, find another opportunity elsewhere. But we can see here that, all of those, each, as you mentioned, like each one of those lines, kind of the thinner they are, the, less I don't want to say important, but less institutional like maybe.
Mm.
Big whalish they are, and then we can see all the lines are underneath the price, which means that they're all support. Well, I guess except for the two resistances up there, but it's point being. I guess what I'm trying to say is like it's clear skies up until the next point of resistance. So
Right. So, according to you, we should hold tight, let it ride a little bit more, and then, perhaps look to exit. But it seems like you're foaming in right now. You're trying to tell us to hold and not take our $2, 2% profit.
Right. Yeah. It's almost, I think it would be, yeah, no, I guess the point, yeah, if the liquidity says that it's going to keep going up, then,
Okay.
I don't like to make my life too complicated. I really like to, if someone, yeah, if the yeah, liquidity says it's going up, then I just kind of blank my brain and don't pay attention. But
Okay.
yeah, say we just let it ride until we get to like that 30-minute mark we were kind of trying to reach and then
Okay.
take the profits we want.
That's cool. Let's
And
just do that. I think it's 20 minutes, so we got 10 more minutes. And I think
Mhm.
we approximately, right? Like we don't need to be exact 30 minutes, but the aim,
Yeah.
the game here is we come together for 30 minutes and try to open and close a position while actually broadcasting it live.
Oh, yeah, let's close actually. Woo, nice big ask just entered. I was looking at liquidity on my screen.
No, no market, right? Close market.
Yeah, let me double check. Yeah, might as well. I'm looking at the one. I went back to the 1 minute, um, and all of those small little parties that we were looking at started zooming up to the price. So especially since we're on like a one kind of pretty small time scale of
Okay.
scalping, I
So
think yeah,
our realized profit is 121 after the fees.
that's
$1.21.
oh, so that's after like the commission, like the transaction costs and all.
Yeah, after commission. Um,
Oh, look
so,
at that.
so that's our first ever.
That's
so so
wait, what is that?
1.2%, right? Gains on $100 initial investment we put in today.
Right. So is that percentage, I guess? Yeah, I would
1.2%.
so
1.2%, right?
this, honestly for a scalp, that's not bad. Do that a few times and you got yourself a nice little basket. But I would say still in general, like if we weren't trying to keep to that 30-minute time frame, I'd probably just say, keep letting it ride. But yeah, when I saw those asks in there, and since we don't
Were you
want
looking
to
at?
extend past 30 minutes, and I was looking at the 1 minute, yeah,
So
with the
there's nothing there, no?
the
1 minute.
the
What did you?
yeah, that little guy. I just saw
This
them
one?
reaching up.
This one?
Yeah. So you see how like they were
Oh,
like
I see. I see.
like they started all, and then now they're like cemented in time in that position. But originally, as I was just watching, they like in that 1 minute bar, they just
Ah,
kind of
Justin, what did
zoomed
you
right up.
do? We could have made more.
I know. Look at that. FOMO is kicking in.
FOMO is
But
both sides, right? For you to
yeah, yeah.
not lose, and for me to say we could have made more money.
Mm.
um,
Yeah.
but that's
I
cool.
think
That's cool.
1% is good, yeah. Especially, I enjoyed it that after the fees and stuff though, because I think sometimes it can get pretty thickly when if they don't include that, and so you see the number and you're like, I made all this money, but it actually doesn't include any of the transaction costs
Yeah.
or whatnot.
So you can see the entry price. So guys, this is the total value with 3x margin that we took
Mhm.
from the platform. Because we are in perpetual, we took, we did 3x margin. So even though initially we had only $100, it's 298 overall value. We entered
Mm.
143.35 and then we exit 143.93. So that's the position we entered. So it's and the total fee we pay 21 cents approx. So the realized or unrealized gains were 141, something like that, 142.
Mm.
And then total fees excluding, we had a P&L approximate from our position 1.21% for today. That's fine. I don't think we need to.
It, it is looking, maybe I was too skittish. It
Look
is
at that.
still,
Look at that.
yeah.
144, 114. I don't think we should take another position for today. Perhaps tomorrow's
No, yeah,
next
I think
episode.
that's healthy. Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I just think part of like a healthy kind of trading mindset is what's like don't be greedy in a sense. Like an old trader once told me, I never went to bed angry with a green day. And that's just how that, and it kind of always resonated with me. Because I think a lot of people, they do kind of start looking at, if things could have gone better, and so maybe they re-enter a position and stuff, and then at the story as old as time, you go to bed with a red day, and you're most definitely probably annoyed at yourself, if
Yeah.
especially if it started as a green day, what is now a red day.
Red.
So
Yeah, I like it. I like it. But Justin, look, thank you so much. It was great. It was the first live. And I'm
Yep.
sure we'll have days where we'll be sitting here trying to close the position.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Past
but
that 30
honestly, yeah,
minutes.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, good first day. I like it. I like and it's yeah, you just multiply this times whatever time frame you want, and that's kind of the gist of the using liquidity to trade. But you see, like, so just then you see all the like the eager parties coming in,
Yeah.
like all those thin lines rising above the price there. So yeah,
These ones, right?
and oh, and liquidity just changed. You see at the bottom it says now liquidity is flowing to the bid.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah,
there, I
not
think, in the
as
beginning of
neutral,
the,
but
yeah.
yeah, but oh, bearish.
Yeah, it's starting to
There
drop
you
now,
go.
I think. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you can see live how things are happening. Um,
Bearish float a bid, so that says that the transaction kind of like and like the
it's
obligation of transacting is like pushing down to the bid. So,
Yeah, it changes very fast
but
though. It's hard to make up your mind.
yeah.
You just have to trade with
But remember,
yeah,
yeah, and we are on aggressive for that like early morning signals. So if we put it on like balance, where it's a little bit more downgrade, a little bit more chill, it's not as like but for scalping, I definitely prefer aggressive. You kind of want it those like really quick entry exits.
yeah.
Um,
There's some support here,
so
so
yeah.
I do think it's gonna maybe perhaps come test this, and these ones, these bids are providing support here consistently. There are
Mm.
two that are obviously trying to push it down, but I think these ones are nice support levels they're creating.
Yeah, but yeah, liquidity's a little bearish though, so definitely gonna be testing those supports.
Well, it's become bullish, like yeah,
Look at that.
it's
Well, and we can see like as a party enters and let and exits, to me that says that the conditions are gonna like right on that line. Like it's kind of like almost on a trader by trader basis, like which side they're stepping in.
yeah,
But overall, you don't want, I'll put it this way, like if you don't like so remember like when we were kind of in the position and things were just going up, like we didn't really have these flashes of bearish liquidity,
no, no,
because either if they were happening they weren't significant, right? Like the overall like vibe was still bullish.
yeah,
um so there were moments like you were mentioning, like, oh, I can on this candle specifically, like it's kind of like changing back and forth. But that tells you that the bullish or the bearish liquidity, it's kind of really mounting up.
yeah.
um
I think it became
Starting to poke. Yeah,
yeah,
I think I usually say like it starts like poking through when you start seeing a specific candle kind of like switching between the two. Um,
yeah, yeah. And
but
you can
yeah,
see it's struggling on 1 minute to break through the next,
mm,
resistance. So yeah, it's getting more clearer that it's getting back to the level. Oh,
yeah,
look at that.
yeah, yeah. It might move all the way back down to 142.64 with this
Oh,
because it's
interesting.
straight but bearish now. Yeah.
Oh man, that's not good. But I'm
But
glad we closed the position before. Otherwise,
hey, but yeah, let's go back to the first tab so we can look at our green P&L and
yes.
remember that
Look at
we go to bed
that.
angry with green P&L. Yeah, look at that. All of a sudden 1.21% doesn't seem so bad, does
No,
it?
and it's closed at 143.93, and it's already below that number now. Um,
Right.
but who knows, right? He might come to retest it. But that's cool. All right, Justin, that was great. First video, live trading. Again, I think the whole purpose of this is to have fun here and just also talk about a lot of liquidity alpha tools that I'll be building, and
Mm.
and to show people, how we like to use the perhaps liquidity levels for trading.
Yep. Perfect. I think this it's super fun. It's going to be fun, and this was a great first showcase, a little foray into this
Yeah, perfect.
for
All
sure.
right, you take care, and we'll chat tomorrow.